Have you ever walked into a room and suddenly forgotten why you were there? Or found yourself struggling to recall a name you've known for years? Pauses, leans forward slightly. If that sounds familiar, you're not alone. Our brains, just like our bodies, need regular exercise to stay sharp, especially as we get a little seasoned. But here's the good news. Keeping your mind active doesn't have to feel like a chore. In fact, it can be downright fun. Today, we're talking about 5 hobbies that aren't just enjoyable, they're like a gym membership for your brain. And trust me, these workouts are way more exciting than crossword puzzles. Winks. Whether you're 60, 70, or beyond, it's never too late to discover something new that sparks joy and keeps those neurons firing. Let's dive into the first 2. Let's start with something you might have thought was only for kids: learning a new language. Now, I know what you're thinking. At my age? Really? Chuckles. But here's the thing. Studies show that picking up a new language strengthens memory, improves focus, and even delays cognitive decline. Plus, imagine surprising your grandkids by ordering gelato in flawless Italian on your next family trip. You don't need to cram like a college student either. Start small. Apps like Duolingo or Babbel let you practice for just 10 minutes a day, right from your couch. Or if you're feeling social, check out local community centers for beginner classes. My friend Martha started learning Spanish at 68, and now she chats with her neighbor's grandkids every morning. It's brought her so much joy and a few new recipes for her cookbook. The key: make it playful. Label objects around your house with sticky notes in the new language. Watch a foreign film with subtitles. Even butchering the pronunciation counts. Laughter is good for the brain too, you know. Now let's step outside. Gardening isn't just about growing pretty flowers, though I'll never say no to a fresh bouquet. It's a full brain workout. Planning your garden layout? That's problem solving. Remembering which plants need shade or sun? That's memory. Getting your hands dirty? That's sensory stimulation, and the fresh air? Well, that's just a bonus. But let's take it further. Try growing something you've never planted before, like heirloom tomatoes or lavender. Research their care, track their progress in a journal, or experiment with companion planting. You're not just growing plants, you're growing new neural pathways. And if space is limited, no worries. Container gardens on a patio or windowsill work wonders. My neighbor Jim turned his balcony into a mini herb paradise. Now he's the go-to guy for rosemary-infused olive oil at our block parties. Plus, there's nothing like the pride of saying, "I grew this myself," when you sprinkle basil on your pasta. Sets down the teacup, smiling. Now these 2 hobbies are just the beginning. The beauty of keeping your mind active is that there's no right way to do it. It's all about finding what lights that spark for you. And guess what? We've got a few more ideas up our sleeve that might surprise you. So, put the kettle back on, grab your favorite notebook, and let's keep this conversation going. You know, one of the best parts about getting older is realizing that creativity isn't just for artists. It's for all of us. And the next hobby on our list? Well, it's proof that you don't need to be Picasso to let your imagination run wild. Let's talk about gestures to the painting behind her. Whether it's painting, pottery, or even collage making, diving into the arts is like giving your brain a kaleidoscope. It's not about perfection, it's about play. When you create something with your hands, you're firing up parts of your brain that routine tasks just don't touch. Mixing colors, shaping clay, even deciding where to place a brushstroke. It's all problem-solving wrapped in joy. Take my cousin Frank. He retired from accounting and swore he'd never touch a spreadsheet again. Then he stumbled into a watercolor class at his local library. Now, he's the guy mailing handmade birthday cards to the whole family. Says it's the most relaxed his mind has felt in decades. And here's the secret. You don't need a fancy studio. Start with a $10 sketch pad and some colored pencils. Follow along with YouTube tutorials, there are thousands for beginners. Or repurpose old magazines into collages. The goal isn't to hang your work in a gallery, though who knows? It's to let your mind wander, make mistakes, and surprise yourself. Oh, and if you're thinking, but I'm not creative. Nonsense. Creativity is like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger it gets. sets down the brush and walks toward a bookshelf, running a hand over a row of well-loved books. Now, this next hobby is less about what you do and more about who you are. Because after 60, you've got something priceless: experience. And sharing that is like a brain booster shot. Think about it. Mentoring isn't just giving advice. It's storytelling, active listening, and adapting to someone else's perspective. Whether you're teaching a grandchild to bake your famous apple pie or volunteering at a community center to tutor kids in math, you're flexing memory, empathy, and patience. My friend Evelyn spent 40 years as a nurse. When she retired, she missed the hustle of the hospital. Then she started mentoring nursing students at the community college. Now, she says those Tuesday afternoons are her mental vitamins. She's not just reliving her career, she's learning new medical tech from the students too. You don't need a formal title to mentor. Offer to teach a neighbor how to knit, lead a workshop at your church on budgeting, or even write down family stories for your grandkids. When you share what you know, you're not just helping others, you're reinforcing your own knowledge and staying curious. Leans against the table, smiling warmly. Isn't it amazing how the things we love doing anyway, painting, teaching, puttering in the garden, are secretly keeping our minds young? But wait, there's one more hobby we haven't touched on yet. And this one? Let's just say it's the perfect excuse to finally tackle that project you've been daydreaming about for years. You've probably heard the saying, music soothes the soul. But did you know it also fuels the mind? Leans in conspiratorially. That's right, our fifth and final hobby is all about making noise, hitting wrong notes, and loving every second of it. Let's talk about whether it's the harmonica, ukulele, or even that old keyboard gathering dust in the attic. Picking up an instrument is like giving your brain a standing ovation. Reading sheet music? That's pattern recognition. Memorizing chords? That's sharpening your memory. And coordinating your hands to play? That's a full-body workout for your neural pathways. Take my buddy Ray. At 72, he decided to learn the guitar after his grandkids teased him about his ancient taste in music. Fast forward a year, and he's hosting backyard jam sessions with his retirement community. Says it's the closest he's felt to being 16 again, minus the questionable haircut. Winks. You don't need to be a prodigy. Start with simple songs you love. Think Stand By Me or Blue Moon. Apps like Simply Piano or Obsidian guide you step by step, and local music shops often offer affordable group lessons. And here's the kicker. Even listening to music you're trying to play activates your brain in new ways. So crank up that Sinatra record and air conduct like nobody's watching. Stands and walks toward a window overlooking a sunny garden, hands gesturing warmly. Now let's take a breath and look at what we've covered. Whether it's whispering buongiorno to your coffee mug, getting dirt under your nails, splattering paint like a toddler with a PhD, sharing stories over pie crust, or belting out Sweet Caroline on a kazoo, every single one of these hobbies does something extraordinary. They remind your brain that curiosity doesn't retire. You don't have to do all 5. Pick one that makes your eyes light up. Start with 10 minutes a day. Mess up. Laugh about it. Try again. Because here's the truth. Keeping your mind active isn't about adding another task to your to-do list. It's about rediscovering the joy of being a beginner. Softly, with heartfelt sincerity. Friends, aging might be inevitable, but stagnation doesn't have to be. Every time you try something new, no matter how small, you're telling the world and yourself that your story's still being written. So I'd love to hear, what's your next chapter? Drop a comment below and tell me which hobby you're itching to try, or better yet, share one of your own. And if this resonated with you, do me a favor, please hit that like button, share this with a friend who needs a nudge, and subscribe to our channel. We're all in this together, figuring out how to thrive with a few more candles on the cake. Here's to living your best life, no matter the number. Keep shining.